Hello, friends. It's the
Hello.
Cinemondo podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Got
Hello.
Ramesh with us today. Kathy and Ramesh, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for
Always
having
fun.
me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
no,
you.
really. This is always fun. So why
It
are we
is.
here? Pedro Pascal.
We're here to promote my book, right?
Oh,
Isn't
okay.
that- I mean,
Well, more importantly, let's talk about the book.
yeah. I think you should buy, when you buy this book, you should, then there's the quantity thing there. You should buy at least 5 because just click,
Yes.
5
Right.
when you buy
It's
because
good
they
for
make
gifts.
it makes a great gift.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's like we've talked about this a few times on the podcast, but what it is, it says 100 movies, but it's not like my 100 favorite movies. It's just 100 movies that I think are important. They're not in order. It's not a best of list. It's just movies that I think that I find very important, and I try to discuss them in a way that examines why they're important. Yeah. I don't just say what they're about or whatever. I try to go into what makes them important.
Cool. Very cool.
So get it and you'll find out what I'm talking about.
Yep, definitely. And hopefully Burke's going to do an audio version of it soon.
Oh, yeah. But it's available on Amazon.
Amazon. You can get it really fast. Just order it from Amazon. That's right.
Order it and then they might have an overnight delivery. So
support publishing. Come on, people.
Yeah.
Support publishing.
It's a good value too because it's very fat. It's got a lot of words in it.
A lot of words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
you can drop Burke, you can probably drop a link in the...
Oh, we're dropping a link.
Oh, yeah, links.
There will be links
in the description.
Links will be had. Yes. So, The Materialists.
Yes.
New movie, A24. Now, A24 is one of those production companies. When I hear A24, I automatically think, oh, it's probably going to be good. So that's kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. They're so consistently interesting. So
yeah, they've done some amazing stuff. Some of the greats of recent years as far as horror films, genre films, things like that.
Yep, exactly. And this one has a really great cast. Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, but most importantly, Pedro Pascal, everyone's favorite person.
Yeah.
Even Pedro Pascal can speak out against the United States government about immigration and no one hates him for it. That's unusual to pull that off. So
yeah.
He is untouchable and great and elegant and classy. So we love him. And I'm always excited when he's in something. That's usually becomes a must-see.
Is there anything that he is not in? That's the big question.
He seems to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't watched the second season of Last of Us because of episode 2 that I knew was coming because I played the game. So I've sort of not been able to emotionally handle it. So no, I have not watched it yet. But I love season 1. Yeah.
Oh, he was amazing in Last of Us.
Oh, so good. But I can't watch it without him. So there you go.
He can do anything. He's one of those actors that can play really dark and heavy and brutal kind of coldness of a character, or he can play this really light and fun guy who is, you like, well, I like that guy, and then he can do all the subtleties in between. He's really good.
Really got a broad range, and
there's a reason why he's in so much.
There is. He's fantastic. All right, so let's take a look at the Materialist. All right.
Are we ready to roll it?
Oh, yep, we're ready to roll
it. Oh,
yes.
We're
ready.
There it is. A24.
Ready.
All ready? Okay. Here we go.
In the world of matchmaking,
this weekend, your client is getting
no one plays the game better than Lucy.
6'2", doctor, lawyer, banker.
I get along much better with girls in their 20s.
But love isn't part of her
So she's dating
I don't want to fight about money with my boyfriend.
Do you know how hard it is to make you happy?
Lucy M., the eternal bachelorette.
I'm gonna die alone. Forget a rich husband.
You're the matchmaker. You must know a lot about love.
I know about dating. I'm probably not someone you want to date, because the next person I date, I'm gonna marry.
Are you hitting on me?
This summer.
Definitely didn't expect to run into you.
You're the same as always.
I was hoping you'd say I was different.
Why?
Guess then I wouldn't be the guy that lost you.
And I am a material girl.
Academy Award-nominated director Celine Song
You make me feel valuable.
You are valuable.
comes a modern take on what true love is really worth.
When you love someone, it'll be easy. No math.
Not gonna marry him, are you?
Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal are Materialists.
I am a material girl.
I have an amazing guy for you.
How tall?
5'11".
Is he actually 5'11" or is he 5'9" and is lying?
What's a couple inches?
That's funny. All right. So this is kind of, I feel like a change of pace for Pedro Pascal's. And I don't know why, but it seems like he would be in
A24.
more romantic comedies, but he's not really in a ton of those. And so it's kind of fun to see him loosening up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, this, I don't really have much to say about this movie because it's not really my kind of movie, but I like the people who are in it. And it just, I mean, to me, relationship romance dramas like this are always sort of artificial, because reality always tends to be a lot more complicated and a lot more hard to interpret and difficult. And a lot of times when they try to dramatize that in a film, people are a little bit too cute and a little bit too on the nose as far as what their character type is. Like he's going to be the sort of typical guy, and then this other guy is going to be sort of the typical rich guy. I don't know. The characters tend to me to feel like stereotypes.
Yeah. And I guess the movie's going to end either like one of the three ways, right? Either she goes with Chris Evans or Pedro Pascal or with none.
Right. Like a adult John Hughes kind of movie.
Yeah, it's a very typical template. I was just hoping to see some kind of a comedy because it's slated to be a romantic comedy. And then they just had like one scene at the end.
Right.
Yeah. I think, there's a unique perspective in this, I feel like, as I'm kind of trying to get a wide view of, like, we have a female director with a female-centric character. So we're kind of seeing this whole thing from the woman's point of view, the online dating thing, which I always think is kind of fascinating and terrifying and terrible. Like, online dating just seems so it would be everyone's dream to have to choose between these two guys, which do not exist online. I'm sorry, but no.
I mean, literally Captain America and Mr. Fantastic.
Seriously, literally. That's right. So it seems like kind of an embarrassment of riches for her, and I'm not really feeling too sorry for her. I mean, I don't know if she's supposed to, but I don't know. And then, but I wish they were going more into the complications of the online world and how hard it is to make connections with people in real life when everything's online, and then you go on these online dates, and they showed them one after the other, and everybody's just like, oh God, sees the same over and over. So you got to meet somebody in real life. And so looks like she happens to be Pedro Pascal outside of the online world at a party or something. It looks like maybe on another date. I don't know. But I think there is something to that I think is interesting. But I think I agree. It's probably way too cute. I mean, I like that she's a strong woman. She writes about online dating. I guess she's kind of the expert. That's why she's like, you don't want to date me. I'm too much trouble. And I know what I'm talking about. And,
But does she seem like one of those characters that you're just like, God, stop being so entitled and learn how to accept people for who they are instead of what they can give you?
But don't you feel like it's less about that and more about what they're demanding of her? Like, for him to say, I can never make you happy, you're just always that. It's like, well, are you trying to make her happy, or she's just not buying what you're selling? I mean, I don't know. Either way. But it's like, I think a strong woman character, a lot of times men don't understand that. And I think that's sort of the character divide in this movie, is he doesn't know how to handle her, like what she wants.
To me, that's kind of a stereotype. The kind of man who can't accept or understand a power, or a strong woman. It's like, that's another stereotype. It's like, come on,
it's also reality. Sorry, there's a lot of reality. I mean, thing is, there's levels of everything in this kind of thing. Like, is it a stereotype? Yeah, but a lot of times, strong women are off-putting to men. They don't know what to do with them. Like, they're too opinionated. I don't know. I mean, all I'm hearing about is how, women are excelling, men are kind of stumbling, young men especially. It's like women are getting more educated than men. Men aren't going to college as often. Like, women are basically outpacing men right now. So where does that leave men? Where does that leave relationships? So it becomes kind of a but there is not a single person in this film that is any of that. They are all amazing, well off, smart,
attractive,
gorgeous,
and
so it's
confident.
A fantasy.
There's also this thing of like with the online dating thing where it is so awkward and so demoralizing. I mean, not that I've ever needed to do that, but
Ramesh, have you ever done online dating?
Oh, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Was it terrible?
Kind of.
That entitlement thing, I'll tell you what it is. Because I did for a while. This was years ago, and I remember there was where you make contact with someone and you do these couple of little notes back and forth, and there were things where I got these responses where it was like the response implied that they were already sort of staking this claim, like, I don't want any of this kind of bullshit with blah blah blah, and I'm like, Homer Simpson retreating into the bushes.
Well, in that defense, I have to say there is a lot of terrible like masculine energy in the dating scene, especially online.
Right.
There's a lot of like, I mean, I knew a woman who was doing online dating, and she was getting all of these approaches from men. One was called Panty Dropper.
Well,
that was the actual online name, and she's like, nope. And one guy had a picture of him in a mask standing in a field looking like a fucking serial killer. And I'm like, who are these? So the thing is, there's a lot. Women have to be very careful. There's a lot of predation. Burk, this is for real. There are bad men out there.
I know, but don't engage with those.
But they don't know who they are until they do. The problem is they have to be very careful. So this doesn't look like that kind of movie. It just looks like she's like, oh, no one understands me.
Well, the guys have to, put up with a million of the women that are posing with the bar, like the stripper bar and whatever else. It's like,
that's
those
probably a man posting that.
It's probably a man. And there's like 10 million of these, like, my name is Raven Misty. And, it's like, you're fake, you're clip art, you're a stock photo.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's on, like, there are both sides of the coin that you can look at.
Yeah.
From the female perspective and from the male perspective as
well.
So it's one thing is for sure, like online dating, you cannot verify who the other person is no matter what.
Not till you see
it a man or woman.
And even then.
And it's, even then it's like really very tricky. But I guess this movie doesn't, I mean, I think Dakota Johnson, she plays a matchmaker here. So there's no online dating scene to begin with. Like you have a person who's actually kind of validating the potential date. So so that's there. But we will see how it pans out in the movie.
I don't think any of us is going to see this movie. I don't think Pedro Pascal is even going to get me to this movie. I'm sorry. I just don't think. I mean, as much as I want to see him in a romantic lead, which I think is a valid thing for him to be doing, it doesn't, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe maybe the trailer does not do the service. Maybe it's not showing us the real depth of character development, or because there's
a trailer. Yeah,
it's just a trailer, and there's also, there's so much to pull from relationships. I mean, there's an endless supply of anecdotes and stories about, every time you get together with your friends, especially when when you were younger and people were still going through this thing of trying to figure out who they wanted to spend the rest of their lives with. Most of us are at an age now where we're already with that person. We found that person.
If you're lucky, yeah.
But back, when you're the age of some of the people in this movie, I think Pedro Pascal is a little bit older, right? He's kind of a little bit older than.
I don't know how old he is.
But these don't seem like, the 20 somethings. They seem like they're maybe
they're older. Yeah.
A little bit further into
they've seen some shit.
They've been through the battles
and
and they're sort of like, she says, the next person I date, I'm going to marry. It's almost like she's like, I'm not going to go out with anyone unless he's the perfect, the one.
And also, like, how gross is it to say that to someone? Like, next time I'm gonna marry. It's like, okay, see you later. Like,
I got to get out of here.
I don't know. So anyway, so this isn't really our kind of movie, but we love Pedro. Whatever he does, I'm sure he's gonna kill it in this movie.
Yeah, he'll probably be great.
One common theme that I've noticed is all three of them have been a part of either a Marvel adaptation or the Marvel Cinematic
that's
Universe.
right. That's true. Oh my God, that's funny. So we have three superheroes in a movie that is so grounded, it's probably barely getting off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there
Maybe
we are.
it's better than the trailer makes it look.
Maybe it's better.
Yes.
Maybe it's better. Maybe it has more to say. I mean, there's room and relatability to movies like this. And a lot of people just want comfort food, and that's what they're gonna get. They're gonna see three beautiful people working it out.
Well, sometimes the relationship movies, like Ramesh said earlier, it's like obviously there's two guys and one of them is going to be the winner, he's going to win
or none.
Or none. Yeah, true enough. But it's like, I remember a lot of my friends really like John Hughes when we were that age, we kind of were that age when those movies were coming out, and it always felt to me, I was never a big fan of John Hughes because I always felt like she always picked the wrong boy, like she went with the Mr. Cool, and the nerdy guy was always like, and it was, to me, it was kind of like the Beauty and the Beast thing, where you watch Beauty and the Beast and it's like she falls in love with the Beast, right? But then at the end, the fact that she is so kind-hearted that she can fall in love with the Beast, her reward is he turns into this super attractive guy. It's like,
exactly.
It's kind of, there's something that they always, it's almost like dream fulfillment kind of thing with young, like people that are dating. They want the guy that's the super cool guy, the good looking.
It's not just
guy.
Women, it's men too. Men want the super hot chick, the perfect woman. That happens both sides. That's everybody's looking for their perfect match. Anyway, so we've gone very long on the trailer. It does not deserve it. Okay,
but on and on.
Be sure and leave comments. What was your worst dating experience? We'd love to hear it. It'd be very entertaining to hear that. Have you ever dated anyone that was of the Pedro Pascal caliber? And what did you do about it? Who won that contest? All right, so we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.